Welcome to Macomb High School here tonight for the JV matchup between the Macomb Bombers and the West Prairie Cyclones here from MHS Gym here in Macomb, as we'll bring you tonight's coverage, which is brought to you by MDH, as we're broadcasting live from TSSR Game Time live here in Macomb, and we're just a few minutes away from tip-off. The JV Cyclones lost a tough one in their last game against the Southeastern Suns, 50 to 48, on a very overtime loss as well. So that game went into overtime down at Southeastern, and the varsity lost 45 to 7. So we'll see if they make any improvements in the next game they'll play, which is later on tonight here against Macomb as well. So with that, we'll go ahead and take a quick break, and we'll be back right after this. You're listening to TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH.
I went through MDH when we were trying to get pregnant. We were struggling the first year, and then when we got pregnant, I stayed at MDH and through labor and now for pediatrics. My experience was nothing short of phenomenal. I was met with amazing staff members who helped me through concerns that I had when she was first born, helping me learn how to be a new mom. It was really reassuring and comforting knowing that I had so much support and kindness around me. My entire pregnancy at MDH was amazing.
MTC Communications is building a high-speed fiber network in our community, and we're putting priority on the areas with the greatest interest. That means we need your input to let us know you want us to build fiber in your area first. Experience the speed and convenience of fiber internet by visiting our special website and registering. Let us know you want fiber internet today and make your voice heard.
Welcome back to TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH. As we'll get you set here, it looks like we will start with meeting the lineups for the JV game, which is not something that is usually done at some of the traveling schools. So we'll go ahead and meet the starters, and we'll as well do the national anthem here. So.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we begin the introduction of tonight's starting lineups for the visiting Cyclones. Number 3.
Starters for the Cyclones include Brody Cordell.
Number 13,
Ryan Clark, the freshman as well.
Number 14,
Austin Nelson, the freshman. Hunter Jackson, as well a freshman, and Jair Flora Durham. So those are the starting 5 for the West Prairie Cyclones. So those go Cordell, Clark, Nelson, Durham, and Jackson, coached by Ian Conkling, assistant coach Reagan Weaver. And now we'll go ahead and meet the starting lineup for the JV Macomb Bombers. Malachi Conley is the 5'7" sophomore. The 6-foot sophomore Braden Holthouse as well. Jeffrey Lee, the sophomore, and the 6'2" sophomore Langdon Lambert, excuse me. And Drew Watson is the other one. He will start tonight for the Macomb Bombers. So I don't have him on my list, but that's all right. So go ahead and get him added. As the Cyclones take the court, West Prairie cheerleaders have arrived here. They made the slight jog over from West Prairie to visit here, which is always a fun one. You know, got a couple of rivals here, West Prairie, Macomb going back and forth, and Macomb just now kind of getting into getting a little bit into playing here in the Prairie Land, playing against schools like West Prairie and others like that. So Macomb wins the toss. Quick turnaround shot is no good for Braden Holthouse, and Austin Nelson will bring it up for West Prairie. So, and it's tipped away, stolen away by Malachi Conley, and Malachi Conley lays it up, and the shot is good. And the Macomb Bombers are up to an early 2-0 lead. So the Bombers take an early lead. It's 2-0. Clark just has to throw it back in bounds, and Malachi Conley will bring it up for The Bombers tip back out to Conley, fakes the three. Now going to go to the corner, and Holthouse for three. Got it. Nothing but net for Braden Holthouse. And Holthouse has the first three-pointer of the night, which is sponsored by Sports Corner. Sports Corner at 124, just up the road here. 5-0 Bombers. Cyclones try and slow it down a little bit. And the shot is no good. And now it's Holthouse and the Bombers on the run here. Down on the left wing is Holthouse. Now kick it out to the right and Watson. Now Conley for three. Shot no good. Rebound to Ryan Clark. So Clark picks up the rebound. And tipped away. It's stolen by Malachi Conley again. He's got 2 steals, and he's going to lay it up, and it's no good. Rebound to Brody Cordell. The freshman from West Prairie picks up his dribbles. Got to find somebody. Finds Nelson on the right wing. Looking for somebody. He's guarded by Lee. Now picks up his dribble. He's got to find somebody. He's going to tip it into Clark. Go to pass, and what a lay it up and in. Ryan Clark, how about that? So Ryan Clark gets the first 2 for the Cyclones tonight. It's 5-2. Cyclones within 3. Holthouse on the left wing. Kicks it out to Lee. They reset with Holthouse. Now to Watson. Conley up to Lee. Lee looking down low. Now he's going to get to the outside. Conley. Watson. 3. Got it.
Drew Watson for 3.
Drew Watson with a 3 ball. I don't know why our scoreboard is a little behind here. Cordell on the fast break is going to miss a shot, but a second chance for him. He does not get it. And the Bombers up 8-2 on a fast run here. Now going to go Holthouse. Corner, 3. Got it.
Brandon Holthouse for 3.
Another 3-point brought to you by the Sports Corner at 124. It's 11-2 Bombers here early in the first. Hunter Jackson dribbles. Now going to cut in. Now going to... He was looking for Ryan Clark on the outside, but didn't get it. Cam Kramer checks in for the Cyclones. Jair Flora-Durham will take a seat. Yeah, our scoreboard keeps going in and out here. Hang on. Let's see here. I can get that fixed. And it's going to lay it up and miss. Rebound to Conley. Now I guess going to go second chance point. And another second chance. And the Cyclones got a rebound here, and they will in Cam Kramer. So Kramer brings down the board. 4:40 to go, first quarter. And just out of the hands of Austin Nelson. He was not expecting that pass from Cam Kramer. So it'll be it'll be Bomber ball and the Cyclone turnover. Conley gets it in to Watson. Out of the corner and Lee. Back up to Watson. Watson going to work. Fade away 3, doesn't get it. And it looks like it'll be off of Lambert, the sophomore. Off of him, Hunter Jackson inbounds ball for West Prairie. A bit of a press here brought by Macomb. 11-2, Conley on Kramer. Go to Cordell. Cordell working with Watson. Now they go to Nelson. He's got Clark on the right wing. Back over Kramer. Kramer going to dribble up, and he loses his dribble. Now going to bring it down and looking for somebody. He's kind of stuck in the corner, but Ryan Clark lays it up and in. He's got 4 points tonight. So Ryan Clark with all 4 points tonight for West Prairie to start. It's 11-4, Bombers by 7. Let's see if I can get this scoreboard here to. It's not working very well. Conley, left wing for 3. He got it. Malachi Conley picks up the 3, and it's 14-4. Bombers by 10. That 3 was brought to you by Sports Corner. And Conley will pick up the foul away from the ball there. So Conley picks up the first foul of the game here for either side. 14-4, Bombers by 10. Kramer's got it, now going to go to Clark. Clark gets it over to Nelson. He's working with Lambert. Fakes, lays it up, lays it in. How about that, Austin Nelson lays it up and in. 14-6, Bombers by 8. 3 minutes to go, first quarter. It's Holthouse with it on the left wing, working with Hunter Jackson. Definitely a size advantage here for Holthouse. Now going to kick it out to Lee on the left wing. Lee picks up his dribbles, got to find Holthouse. He's got him in the left corner for 3. Got it. A sports corner 3 for Braden Holthouse. And it's 17-6, Bombers by 11 now. Hunter Jackson going to try and dribble out of the pressure by Malachi Conley. And it's tipped away, stolen by Conley. His third steal of the night, matches the number on his back, but looked like it was blocked by Kramer, but there was a foul called, so that'll be on Kramer, and he'll pick up the first Cyclone foul of the night. Malachi Conley goes to the line, shooting 2. Conley first free throw is good. Nothing but net for Malachi Conley. And we've got a timeout, full timeout charge to Coach Conkling, and the Bombers, and the Cyclones, excuse me, looking at the Bomber bench, but it was charged to Coach Conkling. So with that, we'll go ahead, take a quick break. We'll be back right after this. You're listening to TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH.
I chose the MDH OBGYN group because I've heard wonderful things about Dr. Smith. And upon entering the office, I really got along with everybody and got a warm feeling. The staff is warm and inviting and welcoming. It's a small community, so it's a really nice hospital to have here in the rural area. I continue to choose MDH because of the relationships I have. I really enjoy everybody here.
Welcome back to TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH. Bombers up 19-6. Here, if I can get that other free throw to come on in. There it is. So 19-6, Bombers by 13. Malachi Conley guards Austin Nelson on the left wing. Now turn around, and Nelson loses his dribble, and Malachi Conley's got another takeaway, and he's going to lay it up and lay it in. So Malachi Conley with another bucket, and the Bombers add 2 more to their lead. It's 21-6. Kramer, toss it up, no good. Brought down by the Bombers, tipped away, staying here off of a Bomber foot. So good defense though by the Bombers. They're able to keep that ball from getting in the bucket, and that one is tipped off of Ryan Clark's foot. So that will turn the ball over. It is Bomber basketball. Drew Watson will inbound the ball. Inbounds it to Malachi Conley, the 5'7" sophomore out of Macomb. Watson fakes the 3, now step away, misses it. Second chance point, Malachi Conley. Oh my goodness, lay it up and in for Malachi Conley. He was right there to grab that board and then just toss it right back up and in. So Malachi Conley gets another 2. It's 23-6, Bombers by 8, by 17. Clark gets it out to Durham. Durham looking for somebody. He's going to motion Nelson to him. Now Nelson going to dribble drive. Fake the shot. Now going to go Jair to the outside. Going to kick it back out to Nelson. Nelson gets it up to Cordell in the top. Now it's going to be tipped away and thrown away. Now going to go to Clark. Good save by Kramer. And we get a double dribble called on Ryan Clark. Kind of a tough situation there for Clark. Not much more he could do in that situation. Left wing Bombers tipped away, stolen by Ryan Clark. And Ryan Clark on the fast break is going to lay it up and in. How about that? Ryan Clark with 2. So he adds to his big night so far. He's got 6. 23-8. Bombers by 15. Watson kicks it out to Conley. Now going to cut in. Conley, jumper, was looking inside, and Jair hits the floor, and it looks like they're going to call the foul on Jair Flora Durham, so he picks up his first foul on the night. Watson inbounds the ball. Bombers on the attack. Watson thought about the three, now going to dribble in to Conley. Nice pass, and he's going to be fouled on the shot. 2 shots coming for Malachi Conley. Conley misses the first shot. Still trying to get this scoreboard to work, folks, so just hang on momentarily. If you are listening to tonight's game, tell us where you're listening from, who you're rooting for tonight. And Brody Cordell checks back into the game. Durham will take a seat, excuse me. 24-8. Bombers on top here at the last final seconds of the first quarter. Jackson in the corner, now going to dribble in, tipped away. Now Brody Cordell's got it. He's going to lay it up and lay it in off the bank. That's a bank shot for Brody Cordell, brought to you by Country Financial. Drew Watson just going to throw it all the way down there. Hits right off the B. He tried to add a little more, so does not get it. So the Bombers are on top of the Cyclones by 14. We'll step away. You're listening to TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH.
I chose MDH. We moved here, and I was researching different places that would allow me to VBAC, have a vaginal birth after C-section, and the doctors here do encourage that, and so I chose that after looking online, and I wouldn't want to deliver anywhere else because they all go above and beyond, and they're so kind and actually care about you.
When my parents told me they'd be using Adam's Experts, I felt a bit replaced. I mean, they always called me to remove their viruses or get their printer connected to Wi-Fi. He even set up their new Roku.
How do I adopt a new son?
But then he taught me a few things. And now, we're like tech brothers.
Adam's Experts. Repair, maintenance, and setup for all your home technology needs.
Welcome back to TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH as we get you set for second quarter action here from the Macomb High School gym. Cyclones with a deep three. Cordell misses it wide off the mark, and it's just going to go out of bounds. Watson with a smart move to not grab that. 24-10, scoreboard is down right now. We'll get that fixed at halftime. So with that, we got a couple new subs coming into the ball game. Zarian Penn will check in and kicks it out to Penn. The lefty will put it up, and the shot is no good. Rebound to Brody Cordell, and here come the Cyclones. Clark was not ready for that one. Nelson and Clark not on the same page quite yet. 24-10, Bombers by 14. Second quarter here from Macomb High School. Kicks it in, looking for the hook shot, didn't get it. Offensive board to Penn, and that shot is good. And on the floor is Watson. He was good hustle from Drew Watson. Now Clark double team, then to kick it out to Nelson. Nelson fakes the three, now going to take it in and out. Rebound to the Bombers. It's the Bombers and Matthew Gock. Gock gets it to Watson. Watson misses the bucket, and there's a foul on the play. It'll be Cyclones ball, so foul on the Bombers. Foul on number 1 of Macomb. Emmett Beck will check in. Malachi Conley checks in as well. Braden Holthouse will check in here. It looks like the next break we have. 26-10, Bombers by 16, and Cordell will go to the line to make it a 3-point play. So Cordell with a nice hustle play there to get that ball up and in. And now we'll have the chance to complete the three-point play. Braden Holthouse will check in. So on the floor for the Bombers, you've got Holthouse, Beck, Conley, and Penn. And Cordell's got the bucket. 26-13. Lead cut in half. Cyclones coming back. It's Holthouse with it up top. Picked up his dribble. He's got to find somebody. Finds it on their outside. Going to dribble in. Now going to go to Beck. And Beck gets his first two of the night. Emmett Beck lays it up and in. Kramer on the attack here for West Prairie. And Cordell couldn't handle that one. And it'll be Bomber basketball. So a lot of turnovers here early from the Cyclones. They've got a timeout. 30-second timeout charged to the Bombers. Tonight's game brought to you by the Watering Hole. The Watering Hole in downtown Augusta is open. It says good luck. Well, actually, that is an expired read. Excuse me. McDonough District Hospital athletic trainers and the MDH Rehabilitation Center with locations in Bushnell and Macomb provide expert help to Spartan student athletes in the prevention, care, and rehabilitation of all athletic injuries. Learn more at mdh.org. McDonough District Hospital, more than hospital care, a hospital caring. Conley fakes the three on the left wing. Now is going to step away, and oh my goodness, Malachi Conley had the Cyclones fooled there. He adds three to his night. His big night here at MHS. 31-13. Cordell steps back. Now going to kick it out, and Conley with another steal. And away he goes, and he'll lay it up and in. Malachi Conley has had himself a night, his 17th point of the night. And we are in the second quarter, folks, so Malachi Conley is having himself a night. Nelson, and they're going to call an offensive foul. And he is down on the ground, so we've got a, yep.
First foul on the Cyclones, Austin Nelson.
Austin Nelson will pick up his first foul on the night. So while he recovers, we'll go ahead and thank some of our individuals who have reached out to us. Is the Old Dairy, located at 210 South Lafayette Street in Macomb, Illinois, serving soup, salad, sandwiches, homemade dessert, Blue Bunny ice cream, and a full-service coffee bar. Breakfast served all day and free Wi-Fi. Visit them online at www.olddairymacomb.com. Call 309-837-6700 for your takeout. Old Dairy, a great place to eat. Just had lunch there not too long ago, so always good to support local. Tell us where you're listening from if you're listening to tonight's game. We'll have the varsity game shortly after this one. Holthouse lays it up and in. So Braden Holthouse with a bucket. Hunter Jackson on the attack for West Prairie. He'll give it to Kramer, working with Conley. Nelson will reset it up top. 35-13, Bombers by 22, tipped away, and there's going to be a foul. Going to call a foul on Watson. As he was looking to steal that ball away from Nelson, just got a little too much there. Kramer inbounds the ball, go to Clark. Lead scorer tonight for the Cyclones is Clark. So Kramer loses his dribble. He's working with Conley. Going to go outside to Cordell to reset. He's working with Holthouse. Cordell now goes to Jackson and tipped away. That's stolen. Malachi Conley again to Holthouse. Lays it up, lays it in. So Holthouse lays it up and in. And with that, we've got a quick timeout, full timeout charged to the Cyclones. So they'll take another timeout. And with that, we'll go ahead and step away real quick. We'll be back right after this. You're listening to TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there is limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
The industry-first 2-in-1 removable agitator from Whirlpool gives you 2 ways to wash. Jeans, in. Sweaters, out. Towels, in. Comforters, out. You decide. Whirlpool.
Welcome back to TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH. Bombers up 37-13 here. 4 minutes to go, second quarter. Cordell kicks it out. Nelson on the left wing. Nelson in trouble. Jackson puts up the 3, and that's just going to hit the top of the backboard. So with that, it'll be a turnover, and it'll be Bomber basketball. Jeffrey Lee checks in. Matthew Gock checks in as well. See if I can, working on getting the scoreboard up here. And tipped away, stolen by Ryan Clark. He's on the fast break. He lays it up and in. How about Ryan Clark? Go ahead and reset here. And click start. There we go. See if that works. Bombers with it on their half of the court. Lee kicks it to Watson. He's just going to lay it up. Misses. Rebound to Lee. Lee kicks it out. Holthouse on the right wing. He's looking for somebody. Going to hand it off to Conley. Conley and Cordell. Conley lays it up, lays it in. Malachi Conley adds 2 more to his night. His 19th point of the night. Brody Cordell's got it. Kicks it out to Clark. Clark on the left wing. Now Cordell. Cordell with it. Going to go inside to Clark. And he's got another one. So Ryan Clark is having himself a night. Ryan Clark picks up another bucket. Oh, here we go. Now the scoreboard is starting to come to life. I know it was for a minute there. Score 39-17. Bombers on top. Conley, fadeaway, jumper. Bank is open for Malachi Conley, his 21st of the night. So Malachi Conley has had himself a night. The bank is open, which is brought to you by Country Financial. Every bank shot made in tonight's game brought to you by Country Financial. Cordell. Nelson, now to Kramer. Kramer kicks it out, Cordell. Cordell going to go inside to the hot-handed Ryan Clark. He misses but gets his own board. Now goes outside to Kramer. And the shot is good, so add 2 for Cam Kramer's night. Braden Holthouse will bring it up for the Macomb Bombers. Bombers sporting the all-white home uniforms. The black stripes, black lettering, black numerals. And tipped away, stolen by Holthouse. And Holthouse will just lay it up and in. The 45th point of the night, Braden Holthouse for the Bombers. And it looks like we'll have a couple of check-ins here for Macomb. Final minute here, second quarter. And offensive foul called on Cam Kramer. So it'll be a turnover, and we've got 5 new ones coming in here for the Bombers. Daniel Taylor. Martin Polk Jr. is the point guard. Isaac House. And let's see here. Bombers on the attack. 45 seconds to go, second quarter. And he lays it up, misses. Shot no good. Rebound to the Bombers. So the Bombers getting them offensive boards. Not going to kick it out. Here come the Bombers. Going to go inside, dribble inside. And it's tipped away, stolen, and it'll stay here off of West Prairie. Varsity guys for Macomb just kind of standing out here in the corner. They'll be ready to shoot around a little bit at halftime. And let's see here if I can. Kramer brings it up for West Prairie. He's going to lay it up, and it's too hard. Now Clark gets the rebound. Nelson on the wing, and maybe a blocking foul called on the Bombers. So Nelson catches a break, and that is only the 5th foul tonight for the Bombers. Kramer. Now kicks it out Nelson. Nelson going to dribble drive, and he, with a nice shot, just couldn't finish. 6 seconds to go here. So, and we'll see what the Bombers try and do here before half. Tipped away, and there'll be no shot. So, the halftime score, the Macomb Bombers 45 and the West Prairie Cyclones 19. This is the JV matchup here. 45-19. We will head to the half. We'll be back right after this. You're listening to TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH.
I grew up in a small town in Missouri, and I like the feel of community. I like knowing the people that I take care of and knowing the people around me, providing care for someone that you know is in this community and helping them to get better.
So welcome back to TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH. Some first half stats here. Malachi Conley with 21 points. He's got a foul. Drew Watson's got 3 points. Braden Holthouse with 17. Those are the lead scorers for the Macomb Bombers. And for the lead scorer for the West Prairie Cyclones, Ryan Clark, with a hefty amount of the 19 points scored for the West Prairie Cyclones. Scoreboard is currently, we'll go ahead and fix that up here in the halftime show. We'll go ahead and step away real quick. We'll be back for second half action from Macomb High School. You're listening to TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH.
And welcome to halftime here, state championship game. And full disclosure, this is before the game.
Welcome back to TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH. 3 minutes to go here left at half, at the half of the JV game here. The score is 45-19. I did get the scoreboard to go ahead and come up, so there will be no more guessing on the score. So now we will have the scoreboard up, so that will be handy for you folks who are listening here at home. If you're listening live right now, tell us where you're from, who you're rooting for, and who you're rooting for to do good tonight here in tonight's game. West Prairie and Macomb go way back, playing a lot of, well, I guess you could say out-of-conference games, as they just now recently joined the Prairie Land Conference recently with the 8-man football. So they will get a little bit more playing time, but always have been longtime rivals. And Macomb has gotten the better of West Prairie so far here early, up 45-19 here at the half. So Macomb has been really hot with Malachi Conley, the lead scorer of Macomb. He's got 21. Braden Holthouse right behind him, though, with 17. So there have been two hot hands for Macomb, that being Holthouse and Conley. And for West Prairie, it's been in the hands of Ryan Clark. Down low, in particular, he's had a lot of success. So Ryan Clark with the lead scorer for West Prairie with 10 of the 19 points. So with that, we'll go ahead and take a quick break, and we'll be back in just a moment for third quarter action from Macomb High School. You're listening to TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH.
I went through MDH when we were trying to get pregnant. We were struggling the first year, and then when we got pregnant, I stayed at MDH and through labor and now for pediatrics. My experience was nothing short of phenomenal. I was met with amazing staff members who helped me through concerns that I had when she was first born, helping me learn how to be a new mom. It was really reassuring and comforting knowing that I had so much support and kindness around me. My entire pregnancy at MDH was amazing.
MTC Communications is building a high-speed fiber network in our community, and we're putting priority on the areas with the greatest interest. That means we need your input to let us know you want us to build fiber in your area first. Experience the speed and convenience of fiber internet by visiting our special website and registering. Let us know you want fiber internet today, and make your voice heard.
Welcome back to TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH as we get you set for third quarter action here as they get ready to go here just about 30 seconds early. So with that, we'll go ahead and get ready to go. The third quarter starters coming out: Malachi Conley, Drew Watson, Braden Holthouse, Langdon Lambert, and Jeffrey Lee. Those were the five starters originally. Cam Kramer, Austin Nelson, Jair Flora Durham, Ryan Clark, and Brody Cordell are out there for the Cyclones. The only change from their first half starters were Hunter Jackson and Jair Flora Durham. Drew Watson's got it. He's working with Conley. Now going to go inside to Lee. Lee, turnaround jumper, no good. Rebound to Jair Flora Durham. Here comes Kramer with it. He's working with Watson up top. Now going to dribble in. Now going to go back out to Durham. Durham going to flip to Cordell. Cordell thought about the three. Going to kick it out to Clark on the right wing. Now going to go back up Nelson. Nelson going to go to Durham on the right wing. Cyclones trying to break the internal pressure that Macomb is bringing. Cordell to Durham. Wasn't expecting it. He's got Holthouse right beside him. Now going to go Kramer. Now to Nelson up top. He's going to dribble in. Now going to kick it out to Durham. He's going to take the three and got it. Nothing but net for Jair Flora Durham. So a three-point bucket for Jair Flora Durham. The first points of the second half, excuse me. So the Cyclones have cut the lead to 23 now. So 45-23. Malachi Conley has the hot hand from three and just from all around. But that shot is no good. Foul on Drew Watson, so he'll pick up another foul, his second on the night. And the Cyclones bring it up here, 45-22. Kramer kicks it out. Clark with the jumper, no good. Rebound to Brody Cordell, offensive board, and he'll lay it up and in. So Brody Cordell adds 2, and the Cyclones on a 5-0 run here, folks. So maybe getting hot at the half. See if I can. Oh no! Now it's going away again. There we go. 45-24. Bombers by 21. 6 minutes to go, third quarter. Clark to Durham. Now Durham going to kick it out to Cordell. Cordell going to dribble in, just going to kind of toss it up there, and he doesn't get it. Rebound to Langdon Lambert. And they go hurry up to Lee inside, but it is going to be off of him, and it'll be to the Cyclones. And here come West Prairie. Here comes West Prairie, excuse me. Been a long week, folks. Only went to school 4 days, so I don't really know what I'm talking about, but long winter break. Ryan Clark on the right wing, and it's tipped away, stolen by Watson. And he'll lay it up and in. Not much more Cam Kramer could do there. Watson had him beat the whole way. Clark working with Lee. Outside from beyond the arc. He's just going to try and get away from him and now picks up his dribble. He's got to find somebody. He finds Cordell. Cordell with it. And that ball is going to be staying here at Macomb. It looks like it was off of Brody Cordell. Or staying with West Prairie, excuse me. Off of Conley. Kramer inbounds the ball. He's going to go deep for Clark. And tipped away, stolen by Conley. And now back in Ryan Clark's hand. He's just going to lay it up. He doesn't get it. Rebound to Lambert. And here come the Bombers. 47-24. Bombers by 23. Conley is going to drive in, lay it up, lay it in. That's a bank shot for Malachi Conley. And yes, he's got 23 tonight here, so he's had the hot hand all around tonight, folks. Malachi Conley. And on the defensive side of the ball, has forced a lot of turnovers for the Bombers, so he has been an all-around threat. And definitely a great piece that Macomb has. And how about Austin Nelson faked me out with that shot. Looked like he was going to the outside, but then just went ahead and laid it up and in. So Austin Nelson adds 2 to his total on the night. He's got 4, and the Cyclones are within 23. Holthouse got it. The Bombers have reached 50, 51-26. Bombers by 25. Cordell goes to Nelson on the inside. Wasn't quite expecting that pass. Coach Conkling getting up on his Cyclones here. A big, big task that the Cyclones have to come here to Macomb and play a tough 3A school. And looks like we got a foul.
And for the Cyclones, Hunter Jackson, and for the Bombers, Matthew Goff.
And tipped away and stolen by Lambert. He's going to lay it up. He's going to lay it in. So on the inbound play, the Bombers add another. It's 53-26. Nelson on a hurry-up offense, doesn't get it. Watson goes to Holthouse, who got fouled. Holthouse fouled. Cam Kramer with another foul. That is
Foul on the Cyclones, number 11, Cam Kramer.
his first foul on the night. I don't believe that is correct.
For the Bombers, Brady Holthouse.
Don't know if he's only got one foul or not. Scoreboard says so. Looks like he's got 5, so we'll have to figure that out. Holthouse. Second free throw, in and out. Rebound to Cordell. So Holthouse goes 1 for 1 for 2 from the free throw line. Conley lays it up, lays it in. So Malachi Conley with another bucket. 54-25. Kramer with it, working with Watson. Dribbling in, now going to kick it out to Cordell. Cordell for 3. The same number on his back, and it's a rebound to another 3 in Malachi Conley. So Conley gets another board. Now going to go to Watson deep. And Watson fakes the first shot. Now going to turn around jumper, no good. And yeah, it is going to be a foul on Conley. Tried to strip it away from Kramer and wasn't able to. So Malachi Conley picks up only his second foul of the night. So he's played a great game tonight, folks. Nelson is working with Holthouse on the right wing. Fakes the first throw. Holthouse playing all over him. Going to go, and that's thrown right to Drew Watson. Kramer right behind him. And going to be a foul on the play, I believe. Yep, that'll be on Austin Nelson. So Nelson picks up the foul, and Drew Watson will go to the line to shoot 2. Austin Nelson's second foul on the night. Emmett Beck will check in here for the Bombers. And the first shot is good from Drew Watson. I figured out how to keep the scoreboard on. I have to keep my mouse on the live score. So if I go off, then it will not like me. So Lynn Dunk says, "Go Bombers!" here in the live chat. So thank you, Lynn, for reaching out and telling us who you're rooting for. Always like to know who everybody's rooting for, where you're listening from as well. 56-25. Faust is now in the game for West Prairie, and that's a turnover. So Faust turns it over. Emmett Beck doesn't get it. Rebound to the Bombers. Going to go inside, and the bucket is no good. Tipped away off of a couple of heads there, but the Bombers come away with it. Now going to go outside. Now going to dribble in. Watson up top. He's going to take the 3 ball, and it's off the rim. Rebound to the Bombers. Second chance point is good. Nolan Hogue with 2. 58-25. Hunter Jackson with it is going to tip away, and that's almost stolen by Watson. But now it's Kramer. Kramer. He's looking for somebody. He gets Clark on the nice pass. Now how about Hunter Jackson for 3? Doesn't get it. Rebound to Drew Watson. Watson goes behind the back to Hogue and then comes back to Watson. And oh my goodness, folks. That was a thing of beauty right there. Drew Watson goes behind the back to Hogue, and then Hogue finds him in there. 62-25. The Bombers all over West Prairie here tonight. 41 seconds, third quarter here. Tonight's game brought to you by Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling. Since 1960, Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling has provided the greater Macomb area with expert sales, service, and installation of quality home comfort systems. Call your local Carrier dealer today at 309-833-2852 and find out how Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling delivers 365 days of indoor comfort. 62-25, final 6 seconds here. We'll see what the Bombers draw up. Watson, deep 3, doesn't get it. Looks like he might have gotten fouled on the play, but nonetheless, it's a 30-point game here, 37 to be exact. So 62-25, it'll be the fourth quarter action right after this. You're listening to TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH.
I chose the MDH OBGYN group because I've heard wonderful things about Dr. Smith. And upon entering the office, I really got along with everybody and got a warm feeling. The staff is warm and inviting and welcoming. It's a small community, so it's a really nice hospital to have here in the rural area. I continue to choose MDH because of the relationships I have. I really enjoy everybody here.
Well, Well, I've always had an interest in the medical field, and then growing up, I actually went through physical therapy myself for an injury, and that got me back to playing my sports and the activities that I loved. So seeing that firsthand, I got to see how much physical therapy could really benefit others.
Welcome back to TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH. 62-25, Bombers on top by 37. Hunter Jackson inbounds the ball for West Prairie. Malachi Conley with 25 points. He'll take a rest. Jair Flora Durham's got it up top. Now going to work with Nelson. Nelson gets it out to Cordell. Cordell going to dribble in, working with a couple of Bombers. Now Nelson thought about the threes, working with Emmett Beck. Now going to go inside Jackson. And that ball is going to be off of a Bomber and then comes back and hits Jackson, but sounded a lot worse than what it was. But Hunter Jackson all right, so are the Bombers. So it'll be Bomber basketball here. Penn with it. He's going to dribble in and going to call an offensive foul on – oh, I had the name over here somewhere. Zarian Penn picks up the offensive foul. So good footwork from Jair Flora Durham just to stay strong in the paint and be able to take that. So good on his part. Bombers bring it up, 6:30 to go in the ball game, folks. It's been all Macomb tonight. We got a jump ball, and it will be possession arrow to the Bombers. That is the first jump ball of the night, folks. So this has been a pretty quick and fast-paced game. Penn inbounds the ball, going to go up top, working with Taylor. Taylor now going to go to Polk. Polk finds Penn up top. Zarian Penn gets it to Taylor. Taylor on the left wing is going to lay it up and misses the layup. Now it's Hunter Jackson to bring it up. This is a very young West Prairie team, folks. A lot of freshmen, as a matter of fact. All starters, freshmen. Only a couple of sophomores on this team, Blake Arnold and Cam Kramer, who's seen a couple of minutes here tonight. So a very young team, so it's good to get them some experience here playing against a tough Macomb team that is going to go into the playoffs year in and year out. And it's good experience for these guys who have been used to winning and winning a lot of games, especially down the road when we get to the playoffs. So it'll be good experience for them to play a tough team like Macomb. So as these are the teams you will start to see as you get down into those playoff runs that they will make down the road. 62-25. Bombers up by 37. Zarian Penn works up top, now going to dribble in, and shot is no good. Rebound to Blake Arnold, who is checked in, so he is one of the two sophomores on this young squad. So he is in the ball game. Brody Cordell gets it to Arnold. Arnold working with Penn, a couple lefties, and it's tipped away, almost stolen by Penn. Now it's going to be Nelson. Lays it up, doesn't get it, and Jackson tried to keep it in and just chucked it off a Bomber. He was not able to, and there is continuous clock as it is a 30-point game, so the clock will continue to run fourth quarter. Excuse me, on the scoreboard there. We are in the fourth quarter. Lay it up, no good. Rebound to Brody Cordell of the Cyclones. Cordell's got it. He's going to work, go inside to Nelson. Nelson's got a couple Bombers on him. Dribbles out of it. How about that? Austin Nelson, we'll call that a bank shot. Brought to you by Country Financial. Austin Nelson adds 2 to his night. And 2 points for the Cyclones. Jason Faust checks in. as well, a freshman. And it's Daniel Taylor bringing it up for Macomb. Picked up his dribble. And tipped away, and it's going to go out of bounds off of Brody Cordell, so it'll be Macomb basketball. Zarian Penn will inbound the ball. Penn inbounds the ball. He'll go out to Taylor. Taylor working up top. He's working with Faust. Definitely a size advantage for Daniel Taylor. Penn now on the right wing. Going to just float it up for DJ. And Penn couldn't get that one. Now it's Flora Durham to dribble it away. He goes to Arnold. Now to Jackson. Jackson dribbling, and something going on here. Looks like got a foul. Foul called on the Bombers, Isaac House. And it'll be headed Macomb's way. We'll have the varsity stream right after this here from MHS. It'll be a separate stream on the same YouTube channel, though, at Hulett PubliPro. So go ahead and tune in for that. Should be a fun one here, West Prairie and Macomb. Final 2 minutes here from MHS. Penn picks up his dribble, going to go to the outside, and Polk. Polk now going to go to House. House going to dribble in, now kick it back out to Taylor. And Durham just slips on his feet. Now Taylor with the left-hand layup, reverse layup. Nice shot for Daniel Taylor. So he gets his first points of the night. So Daniel Taylor adds to Faust. Goes to Arnold. Durham working with Taylor, and Durham is going to be fouled. 2 shots coming. Jair Flora Durham picks up the foul, or picks up the 2 buckets coming for him. Daniel Taylor picks up the foul. 64-27, and Durham makes the first free throw shot. So if you're able to salvage anything here, if you're West Prairie from this tough matchup against Macomb, it's just that, you played a hard game, you played a good game with a tough squad. That this team's going to be a competitive squad, and that's the only way you get better, folks, is by playing teams that, are better than you. Then they're going to definitely challenge you. So that's definitely something you can take away if you are West Prairie. So they're just going to go ahead and let him play as that one got off the top of the backboard. Final 13 seconds. Cordell is going to keep it inbounds off of Jason Faust's leg. So final 6 seconds. Macomb will inbound the ball, and I do believe that'll do it. Zarian Penn is going to take the half-court shot, and it's just a little short. So the final score from MHS of the JV game, the Macomb Bombers 64 and the West Prairie Cyclones 28. With that, we'll be back with some final game stats, and we'll be back right after this. You're listening to TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH.
Minimally invasive surgery offers to the patient. We are now able to offer patients a variety of operations with small incisions rather than big open incisions. The surgeries that we can do now, minimally invasive, include bariatrics, hernia repair, colorectal surgeries, faster recovery, smaller incisions, faster time back to work.
So welcome back to TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH. The varsity boys go ahead and get ready to go. Here we'll have 15 minutes until that will tip off here from MHS. So they'll go ahead and get their warm-ups in, their warm-up shots, and we'll go ahead and wrap up the JV game. It was a tough one for the West Prairie Cyclones coming into MHS. Definitely one of the tougher schools to play in the area. And West Prairie gave it their all, just down down big early and we're just really not able to come back from that. So with that, we'll go ahead, step away, and we'll be back on a separate stream. So thank you for listening to tonight's JV matchup between the West Prairie Cyclones and the Macomb Bombers. Yet again, the final score from MHS, the Macomb Bombers 64 and the West Prairie Cyclones 28. This has been a broadcast brought to you by MDH. This is TSSR Game Time Live. Have a good night, folks.